Hey everybody, Pat from Grip Stitches here. Thanks for stopping in today. We are going to be doing an Isinglass window replacement. They get all crappy. I'm going to show you a quick, easy way that I do it. This is how I do it. And I'm going to show you how to replace one. All right, let's get into it. All right, first thing you want to do on the front side of the panel, right? So you got your panel on the top side. That's the back. This is the front to the outside. You want to come in, I'll put the camera here. Nice sharp utility knife. I like to always work off a fresh blade. Helps me control it. It's just a easier, more control. So you want to come in here, and I like to kind of cut my corners through just on the edges, just like this, right? Get my corner started, and that way it'll pull out easy. And you don't want to cut this all the way through. You just want to score it. You want to leave it a little bit, because what's going to happen is the old here, see how it's a little hard to control, the old window is going to hold your shape of the outside. So you want to just take your time, and if you could see, we actually score. I kind of come in here on like a, put the camera up. I kind of come in on like a 45, and I come under the edge, and you got this little lip edge in the canvas. Try to show it in the light here. So right where the canvas edge is, you got like just that extra. You want to get under that lip. You don't want to cut the lip. If you cut the lip, you know, nothing's going to happen, but it'll fray and deteriorate quicker over time. So you want to keep it all hidden under that edge. And that's what makes it nicer when you hide that edge. I'll show you later why. So let me get this cut out and scored all the way around, and then we'll move on. All right, so Isinglass very typically scratches. Oh, very easy. So you want to come in here, just microfiber. You can use spray and stuff if it's really nasty, but you want to make sure whatever cleaner you put down on this before you replace it is totally dry and not on there, because you don't want the 2 layers of Isinglass with whatever cleaner you clean this with hitting the new Isinglass. Unless you use the vinyl cleaners, that's a different story. But if you're just using like a aerosol spray, like whatever cleaner, you just make sure it's totally off. All right, it's clean. Well, next step is basting tape. It's just double-sided stick tape made for these types of application in you know, canvas work, all kinds of sewing, but this one's 3/8. Probably could use smaller, but I have 3/8, so that's what we're using. So you want to come around the border, leave yourself a little bit of an edge, right? And just tape your way around. All right, once you put this in, all the way around the window. Don't pull your tape yet. You can pull the corner, but don't pull the tape off yet. The top. You want the window to be able to lay on it without a problem. You might have to move the new Isinglass around a little bit, and if you pulled the backing side of this tape off, it's going to be sticking. You're going to be fighting it. No one wants to work harder than they have to. I think you can get this stuff like, they might even make it at like Walmart and stuff might carry some, but I don't know if it's gonna have as much tack as this stuff. You could get it from like, I don't know, go on Google. It's called basting tape. Amazon, I should be probably buying it off Amazon. It's probably super cheap. Maybe not. All right. Make sure you're all stuck. Alrighty. Okay. Isinglass time. Comes on paper. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if we're gonna fit two of them on that same one. We'll see. I'm kind of looking through. I could kind of see the window and kind of get an idea. Obviously, you want to use exact amounts. I could see through the paper at the white line. You don't have to do this, but again, this stuff's really expensive, so you don't want to be messing up. See, I almost missed it. I knew there was a dog in it. Alright, that's that. Alright. Okay. Scissors. Anybody else lose their scissors 3 times a day? Voila, found them. NC carpet binding shears. These things are awesome. I don't know if they're the best for this. This is Strata 40 gauge. And it's pretty thick. She's thick. Again, I could see the tape line, so I'm not just doing this totally blind. I could see where I put my basting tape. So, if you can't, pull the paper out from underneath then, because you don't want to be doing that. I mean, if I mess this up, you just totally lost like half of a sheet. Alright, here we are. Okay, 40 mil Strata glass. There's other brands. Do your own research. I like the Strata because they give you a warranty with it. So if there's any problems they can, I don't know what they'll do. Maybe give you something. At least you won't have to buy the glass again if there's an issue with it. So now you peel the tape and just work your way around. Alright? Make sure it's stuck good too. You don't want to be half in it now. I like to work in one direction. No pun intended. So if you see, I want to work it flat across the whole thing. So this boat has a curve, so I'm gonna kind of mimic that and press down and not like force it all the way up, but like a straight flat panel. I always want to work it up in a direction. This stuff works a lot better if you have a space and the availability to keep it flat when they come in and not in the tubes. Works a lot better because, like, see, we got the little curve. Doesn't hinder it too much, but it is nicer when you got big space and you could like lay this stuff flat. See, I worked just to a corner. All right. Alrighty, that is that. Time to sew. Time to sew. I come in here like this and get that foot right. My one foot's over the edge, my middle foot is right on the edge of the binding. I'm actually kind of like on top of the old stitching. Come in, take a couple steps, lock stitch in reverse, and that's that. Now it's just run around it. Pay attention. You're gonna hit some snags with buttons and stuff. Just be careful. That could break a needle real quick, jam up the machine if you get in there. But definitely try to focus on keeping your foot and everything straight, so when you're done it doesn't look like a zigzagged piece of junk. And I like to, when I get to my corners, I like to lock stitch my corners. I don't know if everybody does this. It's just a thing for me, because if a stitch pops back here, less chance to lose the whole run. So I cut the thread when I come up to my start. I like to cut the thread off because I don't like to pick it up, because chances are it'll get all jammed up in your machine, make a big rat's nest on their panel. So I cut it before I get to it. My old start and stop. All right, sewing up. All right, so the sewing's done. We sewed the whole perimeter. We're done with that. Now, here comes the next step. You want to trim back the excess. You could take a sharp pair of scissors and go. The scissors I use from NC Carp Binding, I love them for everything else, but not cutting on this. They kind of, it just doesn't cut very well. So, so you're gonna trim it right back to the edge. Right, if you could see, like, there's a tape line. Here's my stitching, here's tape line. I cut right at my old tape line. And then that way, you don't have the gluey sticky, and it covers really nice in the end. Looks finished. So here we go. And I do the same thing like I did on the other side. I'm not cutting through because I don't want to hurt the canvas on the other side. I don't want to score any of that. So I'm still taking my time. I'm not applying a ton of pressure. I'm just scoring down there. Once you score this stuff, you'll be able to peel it up. Just easy, clean, straight lines. Again, sharp blades are way easier to control than if you have a dull blade. So keep your, you know, if you start to struggle and get a little wobbly, switch it out. They're cheap. A lot cheaper than messing something up. So see how you could just peel this edge back now? Right? Boom. Alright. Score all the way around. Okay. Now, this is I always like to do clean towels and the dirty ones. So these are the ones I wipe the dirt up, and this is the one I haven't touched anything but clean stuff with. And I give this one a quick wipe, right? Because this is the finished end on the back side, because we sewed everything upside down. This is the time now you want to take something soft paper. I just use this old piece of leftover canvas. It's got a soft backing on it. It's just good for this stuff. And then take my window and I flip it. So we're scored all the way around from the first step. I kind of give it a little back break to help it. All right. Give it a little help. The old stuff tends to be pretty easy to come out because it's so brittle after I don't know how many years this thing's been baking in the sun. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it was what kind of glass they used. And the old one just pops out. Some people actually